Yo, what's going on, buddy? This is Don Talk Sports. My name is Dylan. In today's video, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be making a college football tier list, kind of ranking the teams for how I think they're all going to finish in the 2024 college football season. I did a tier list like this about a year ago, almost a year ago, whenever I started the channel. I kind of made a tier list about how I thought every single college football team was going to finish, where they're going to be really good, really bad, kind of average, mid-tier, bowl season, eligible, whatever it may be. And I want to go ahead and do another tier list. Now, as always, I'm going to be kind of looking and seeing what the records were last year, kind of pinpointing. I did a little bit of research on some of the teams, of like what I think they're going to be like this season, because there is the top teams, the top Power 5 teams. I know what they're going to probably be this season, but whenever it comes to like your like more lesser tier Power 5 teams or like Group of 5 teams, lesser, like, because there's 133 schools or 134 schools in FBS. There's a lot of schools kind of rank. I don't know how long this is going to take, so I'm going to go and get straight into this. So if you're going to enjoy, as always, make sure you go and drop a like on today's video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. But without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, as you can see, we have our tier list right here. I have every single team. It's 113 teams, or 114 teams, whatever it may be. Every single team here. If you don't believe me, take a screenshot, look it over if you want to go check it out. But like I said, whenever it comes to the records, just so I can kind of quickly analyze and see where these teams were. As you can see here, I have every single record from the 2023 season, so I can kind of go back and look and say, like, how good was this team really? Was this team like a top tier team? Oh, I see this team here. Were they really good? Because there are some schools in here, like especially like the schools in here, like the James Madisons, the Troys, the Air Force, Wyoming's, Colorado State. I'm not really watching those schools too much in the regular season, so just kind of quickly so I can kind of look at them and see what the record was, and I can kind of figure out what they're going to be for this season. And as you can see from the tiers, just so you kind of understand where these teams are going to be ranked. Title favorites, basically the teams that are going to be most likely in the playoffs, or at least have a chance to fight for the playoffs. The great teams, the teams that are also have a good chance to get in the playoffs, but maybe they could slip up, maybe they might just miss the playoffs, but they're a really good team. We have the bowl eligible teams, so the teams are going to be like anywhere from like 8-4, probably like 6-6. They're going to be good teams, like the Med teams, kind of like they're going to be good, but they're going to make the bowls, and they'll be pretty good teams. We have the meh teams, like meh, like they're going to be good. They might get to like 6-6. Maybe they get lucky and get 7-5. But I realistically see them being like 5-7, 4-8. Probably like not the best team in the world. And then as you can see here, with the throw up emoji, they're gonna be horrible. But now that you know how it works, as always, let's go ahead and get started. I'm probably not gonna go like just in order the whole entire way down. I'm gonna kind of pick and choose just random teams. Starting off, let's go ahead and, as you can see, we have a lot of like really good teams here at the top. Alabama, I think they're going to be title favorites. Nothing really to be said there. Georgia, I think they're pretty much, they deserve the top spot. They're going to be title favorites. I think I can go ahead and just like get this done and out of the way. Ohio State as well. Title favorites. Oregon. Here's my thing with Oregon. I feel like they might slip up a little bit here this year. They could probably still make the playoffs, but I'm going to put them in the great teams. They're going to be a good team. Like I said, they're going to be good. They're going to be great probably. I just don't know about Dillon Gabriel being the quarterback there. I don't know if he's going to be that good. Next up, we got Texas, as always. They're going to be a title favorite. Clemson. They're going to be a bowl eligible team. I don't know if they're going to be great. They're not going to be title favorites. Hell no, that ain't going to happen. Do I put them in great, or do I put them bowl eligible? I can see them going 8-4, 9-3. They're going to be a good team. Bowl eligible is a good spot for them. Notre Dame, great team. They deserve that spot. Penn State, I can really see them being a really good team this year. I'll put them in the great team. Utah, I'll say bowl eligible for them. Florida's a very weird team. I'll put them in bowl eligible. I think they're going to make a bowl team. Florida State. Here's my thing with them. Last season, easily title favorites. This year, I don't know who the quarterback is. I don't really know who is kind of there with them. They lost a lot of offensive pieces and defensive pieces. I'll be respectful, put them in the great teams, and we'll kind of go from there. Miami, they're always just meh. Like, people are talking about them being like a really good team this year. I have to see it to believe it. I'm not going to believe it yet. We got the team up north, trash. Moving on, let's see. We got Duke. I'm just kidding. They're going to be a title favorite, or like a title contender favorites, whatever you may be. They're going to be up there. Let's kind of go down through here and like see if we can pick and choose some teams. Wake Forest, they're like a meh team. They're always like just very up and down every single year. North Carolina, I feel like they're going to be a bowl eligible team. They're a solid squad. Kansas, I forget, is it Jalen? I think Jalen Daniels. They have the quarterback there. They're going to be a bowl eligible team. They got off to a hot start. It was last year or the year before. They got off to a really good start. I think they can really bounce back and they can be a great team this year, but I'm going to put them bowl eligible just because I don't know if they can really get to that great team tier. I think this is Ball State. They were not too good last year. I'm going to say meh. They're probably going to be a meh team. Appalachian State, for their conference, they could be great. I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt and say they could be a great team. All right, real quick, I need to put some trash cans in here. Akron, they're always trash. And I think this is Vanderbilt. I'm going to put them in the trash as well. We got Baylor right here. They, for some reason, this is where they were last year. I'm going to say they'll be a Met team this year. We got Duke. I think they actually made a bowl game last year, or actually pretty solid. I'll put them in bowl eligible again. We got a couple of teams down here. Wyoming. They're probably going to be like a solid bowl eligible. Maybe a great team, but I'll put them in bowl eligible. West Virginia. Dude, they have the possibility to be a great team this year. They got a solid roster. The whole entire team is really looking really good. Western Michigan, I think, is who this is right here. They're probably going to be trash cans. I'm trying to be fair with this. Illinois is like generationally always like a bowl eligible team, so I'm going to put them bowl eligible. I keep on looking at these like blank squares. I'm trying to figure out what they were. We got Cincinnati right here. Cincinnati is, I'll say bowl eligible. They can, I forget what they were last year. Trying to look for Cincinnati here real quick. Oh, damn. They were 3-9 last year in the AAC. And they're going to the Big 12. Oh, I'm going to go meh. We got Ole Miss. I always talk about them. They're going to be a great team. They're going to be a solid squad. It's just something with Ole Miss. They can never get over the hump. That's their problem. LSU, same thing. I feel like they're going to be a great team. They just can't get over the hump. If they could beat Alabama and Georgia in the same season, they could easily get up there. But Georgia's just too good. We got another trash can here. UConn. This is a tough one. They're either trash or meh. I think last year they were good? No, it wasn't last year they were good. They were 3-9. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. They're probably going to be trash cans again. Moving on. Auburn. They're probably going to be meh. I want to say bowl eligible, but they're probably going to be meh. Let's see. Texas A&M. There's a lot of talk about them this year. Do I buy into it? Not really. I'll say bowl eligible. 7-5, 8-4. It's doable for them. We got some trash cans down here. UMass, they're trash. We have the other blank square. What is this? That's Iowa. Iowa, ooh. Bowl eligible. They're bowl eligible type of team. Let's go with Kentucky real quick. I'm going to say they could be like, I'll say bowl eligible just because like they could be anywhere from meh all the way up to great team. Let's say Texas Tech down here. I'm going to say they're probably going to be like a meh team this year. Let's take a couple of schools from the MAC. I'm kind of going off the records. From what I see this year, Ohio, they could be a great team in their conference. They could be a solid squad. I like their quarterback. I forget what his name is, but I saw a game last year. Okay. I don't know if he went to the draft or he stayed back, whatever it may be. But he was pretty good last year. Let's kind of move on. Let's see. Central Michigan. Where do I rank you? Central Michigan's a weird one because didn't they just win a bowl game like 2-3 years ago? I think it was 3 years ago. And last year I think they were like 5-7, 6-6, something like that. Do I put meh? I'm gonna put meh. We got a couple of MAC teams over here as well. Bowling Green. No, I'm kidding. Let's go bowl eligible. They can make a bowl. And then Buffalo. I'll say bowl eligible as well. Let's take Miami of Ohio. They're easily going to be bowl eligible. There's a part of me that says, do I put them in great? Do I put them in great? Because they were actually pretty great last year. I'm going to go off of what they did last year, and let's keep the train rolling. Kent State down here. How did I miss them? They're usually always like a trash. They could get to meh, but I'm going to put trash. I think this is TCU down here. So let's put them in the bowl eligible. They're going to be solid in the Big 12, I think. Michigan State, another team that they could very easily get up to great teams. I forget who the coach is from Oregon State. They just hired him. He could come in there and transform that whole franchise or whole school. I'll put him in the great teams just because I like what he did at Oregon State. Could he bring it to Michigan State? We'll see what happens. Colorado's the funny one because everybody says, Deion Sanders is going to transform this whole team. He's going to change the culture and it's going to be great. This year's the year. I'm sorry. Could they make a bowl game? I'll give you that. You're going to make a bowl game. I just don't see you going any further. Let's take NIU at Northern Illinois. They're going to be a meh team. They could make a bowl game. I see meh. A couple more teams here. Toledo, I think they're going to be a really good team in their conference. And then Eastern Michigan, they're going to be a bowl eligible type of team. Could be meh. I'll go bowl eligible, be nice. Georgia Tech, another team that's like, they're always just like kind of meh. They're never like the best thing in the world. Oklahoma, as always, is always like pretty good. They're going to be like a great team. USC as well, put them up in the great team. We got Washington. I'm going to put them up in the great team as well. And now that I think about it, I'm kind of like looking at this and I'm like, what teams are going to be in the playoffs? Because that's where I need to kind of look at the title favorites of like what teams realistically can probably make the playoffs. I think realistically, it's like any team up here in the great teams could make it because like as always, depending on where your conference is, when the Power 5 conferences all have a chance to win and get in, and then the like best like 12 teams. So like everybody up there kind of has a chance, I think. But getting back on track, Missouri, they might actually have a down year this year. They had a really good season last year. They might have a down season this year. I'm just going to call it now. Tennessee, this might be a hot take. I'm going to say they'll be in the meh tier. Let's say Virginia Tech. I'm going to say they're going to be like a meh tier. And then Wisconsin, they're going to be bowl eligible. They're a solid squad or a solid team in the Big Ten. Boston College, I'm going to go and make a couple hot takes here. They could be a good-ass team. they in the ACC could easily go 9-4. Now remember, I could be wrong. I'm just saying. Hot take. Let's see what happens. Oregon State, I think they're going to fall down back to earth because after their coaches left, they might fall apart. I'm going to say they're going to be meh. Louisville had a really good season last year. I'm going to say this. They're going to still be bowl eligible. I just don't know if they could be in that great team tier. North Carolina State, they have a shot to get up there in that great team tier as well, but I'm going to say bowl eligible just to be safe. Let's finish off the ACC. Syracuse, they're going to be a meh team, I think. Pitt as well, they're going to be probably a meh team. And then if I can find the team, Virginia, this might be a hot take. I'm going to say they're going to be trash. I'm just going to go like conference by conference so I can kind of speed this up. SMU, they were really good last year. In their conference, they'll be a great team. We got Tulane as well. They were a good team this year, or last year. They'll be good this year. They'll be a bowl eligible type squad. UTSA down here, they're always a fiery squad. They can throw the ball actually pretty good. I've watched a few of their games over the years. They're actually a fun team to watch. I'll say bowl eligible. Memphis as well, always a fun team to watch. They could have a down year. I'm going to say they're going to be meh. We got South Florida and Rice. I'm going to put them probably as the same exact tier. They're in like the meh tier. South Florida, who would have thought they could have gotten the game close against Alabama last year? I didn't. But they're still going to be a meh team. Let's take Navy and see where we want to rank them. They could be bowl eligible type team, but I don't. Do teams like Navy and Army and Air Force, they play bowl games, or because they have the game at the end of the year against like the Army Navy game? Do they still play bowl games? I don't really know that. But I'm gonna say they're gonna be bowl eligible like type team. They'll be like a 6-6 type squad. And then we got North Texas over here. I'm gonna say they're gonna be as well like a bowl eligible type team. They're gonna get 6-6. I think that's their ceiling. 6-6 is where they can get to. We'll get FAU in here. I'm gonna put them in the bowl eligible type team. And then UAB, Alabama, Birmingham. I'm going to put them in like the meh team. They're going to be a meh squad. For some reason, I thought the C was Chattanooga. Apparently, it's Charlotte. They're a bad school. They're going to be meh. Well, who cares? They're going to be trash. And then we got Tulsa down here as well. They're, let's say, meh. Eastern Carolina, they're always just trash. It doesn't matter when or where they play. They're always trash. And Arkansas, they're like universally always meh. Rutgers as well. They could surprise some people this year. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and say they actually might get up there to bowl eligible. I think they were actually good last year. Yeah, they were 7-6 last year, so they were pretty good. And then Temple down here as well. They're pretty trash. All right, moving on to the next conference. We got UCF up here. Let's go ahead and put them probably in the meh tier. They had their run back in the day a couple years ago, but now I think it's pretty much over with. Houston, I want them to be good, but they're probably going to be meh this year. Oklahoma State, they're going to probably have some fun now that Texas and Oklahoma are gone from the Big 12, so they can easily win the Big 12 now if they wanted to. But I'm going to put them up there in the great team. They could actually be a solid team this year now that they don't have to really worry about them anymore. I think same thing goes for Kansas State. They're probably going to be easily up there, like they're easily going to be bowl eligible, but I'm going to say they're going to be like more like a 7-5, 8-4 type team. Let's take Iowa State. Put them in the meh tier. They could get 6-6. That's like their ceiling. Yeah, I'll put them bowl eligible. Fuck it. And the BYU, I'm going to put them in the meh tier. Let's take Indiana. They're going to be probably trash. I don't think anybody needs to argue that. And then let's go over here to Maryland. They are going to be a bowl eligible team. They're going to be a solid team this year. And then Nebraska, you might disagree with me, but this team is going to be good. With Dylan Rianola, I think is how you say the name. He's going to be a solid quarterback. That Nebraska team, they are loading up and they're ready to fight this year. We got Northwestern. Here's my thing with them. 1 year they're very good. The next year they suck. Last year they were 8-5. This year they're going to suck. Do we got any more Big Ten teams in here? Minnesota, they're going to be a solid bowl eligible type team. They can easily get 7-5, 6-6. They can very easily get that done. Purdue, I think they're probably going to just miss the bowl. They're going to be like a 5-7 team. Let's take Liberty here. They were a very, very good school last year. Let's ride the momentum. They were 13-1. Can they keep it up? Let's see what happened. Let's go with Arizona now. Where do I put you? I guess like the bowl eligible is where I kind of go with you because you were a good team last year, but I don't really know. Let's go bowl eligible. Mississippi State is a team in the SEC that they're never really accounting to anything. Let's go with meh for them. Let's take New Mexico State. They're going to be bowl eligible, and Jackson State, or I think it's how it is, they're going to be a bowl eligible team as well. They can be like an 8-4, 8-5, like 8-4, 9-3, 7-5 type of team. South Carolina, another SEC team that I think can actually make some noise. They're going to be a great team. Call me crazy. I don't care what you say. They could make some noise this year. And one or two things is going to happen with that pick. Either I'm going to look like a complete idiot, or I'm going to be freaking right, and y'all are going to be like, oh my god, he's so smart. Let's take West Kentucky. I'm going to put them in like a meh tier, or even a trash tier. Now, I'll be nice. I'll put them in the meh tier. They actually have a very fun offense to watch. Middle Tennessee, it's hard to put them in meh. I'm going to put them in trash. I don't know how else or how to not do it. Let's take Louisiana Tech as again. I'll put them in the meh tier. I'll be nice there. Sam Houston, another school down here that I feel like I don't even know where they're from. I'll put them in the trash. I think they went 2-10, 3-9 last year, so they're trash. And then wrapping up this conference, UTEP, again, trash. And FIU, probably going to be trash as well. We got Army up in here. Let's put them. I'm gonna say they're gonna be a bowl eligible team as well, kind of like what they were Navy. They're gonna be pretty good this year. Now let's see the teams that are left. A lot of them are like from the same conference, I believe. This is gonna be fun to rank. Boise State. Do I put them in the great team? Can they go 10-2? Can they go 9-3? I think they can. Come on, Broncos, go 10-2. We got San Jose State down here. They could be probably a meh team. Could they be bowl eligible? Possibly. I'm gonna say meh, just for the sake of trying to be right. We got UNLV. I'm gonna say bowl eligible. Air Force, another team that I feel like they could possibly be a great team, but I'm gonna say bowl eligible and just say they're gonna be good. They'll be like 8-4 type team. Let's take Fresno State here. They are always like a team that just shocks the world, whether it be really good or really bad. I'm gonna say they're gonna be really good this year. Next up, we got Utah State. They're gonna be like a probably meh team. Let's take Colorado State. They could be meh. They could be trash. They could be bowl eligible. I'm gonna say they're gonna be meh. Hawaii's a fun team. They're always just kind of there. I'll say meh. Let's take New Mexico over here. I'll say they're gonna be trash. I'll just say it for fun. They're gonna be trash. We got San Diego State over here. I'll be honest. I might actually predict them to get to the bowl game. They were 4-8 last year. Let's say they get a let's see them get a bowl game. And then Nevada over here. They're universally always trash in their conference. It doesn't change. Arizona State for quite a while. They've been trash. I don't know what it is with them, but they're gonna be trash again this year. And Cal is like a very up and down team. I'm gonna say they're gonna be like a meh. I'll say UCLA. They can be bowl eligible. And then whenever it comes to Stanford, can you get better? Can you be like a 5-7 team, just miss a bowl game? And then Washington State, I'm going to put them probably like in the meh tier. Arkansas State down here, they could probably make a bowl game. They were 6-7 last year, so they made a bowl game. They could do it again. We got Georgia Southern and Georgia State right here side by side. I'm going to say Georgia Southern and Georgia State, same exact team, or same exact thing. They could both make a bowl game. Both of them made bowl games last year. I think one won, one lost, so let's see it happen again. Coastal Carolina seems like they always find a way to get a bowl game, so I'll put them in a bowl game again. James Madison, fun team. I'll say meh. Nah, I'm fucking kidding. Let's go with great teams. They were 11-2 last year. It's all just depends on kind of what you brought back. And teams like these, I don't really know what players they brought back. Did they bring back any good players, any bad players? What did they bring back? If anybody's a James Madison fan, let me know in the comments. But they could be good this year. They could be really good. Old Dominion as well. They could probably be a meh team, but I must just say meh for now. Marshall is always going to be a fun team to watch, especially because the story around them is why I kind of like got into watching their team play football. But when it comes to how good they're going to be this year, I'm going to say meh. We got Troy as well. They're probably going to be a really good team this year. They could probably easily dominate their conference. Texas State, they could be bowl eligible very easily. South Alabama as well. They're probably going to be like a meh team. Louisiana, let's see them make a bowl game, I guess. I believe this is Southern Mississippi, so I don't know. We need a trash team. They're probably going to be trash this year. And then ULM, Louisiana Monroe, probably going to be trash as well. And then this last team, I have no fucking clue who they are. Does anybody know who they are? Like, I'm sorry. I watch college football. I know logos. This is the one I don't know. Like, does anybody know who this is? Please, let me know in the comments. Like, if you made it this far in the video, let me know who this is, and then leave it in the comments, and where you would rank them. Where would you rank them on this tier list? But as you can see, one time over, right there's my tier list. If there was anything I'd change, I'd probably tweak a little things whenever it comes to, like, the great teams, putting them up in the title favorites, because as always, with the 12-team playoff, it's kind of, like, a lot of teams are going to make the playoffs. But for the format of what this is, title favorites, the teams that have a realistic shot, like, these are the 5 teams that if one of these 5 teams don't win the national championship next year, I will be shocked. But that right there is my college football 2024 and our season tier list of where I think all these teams are going to finish. Like I said, this is my opinion. It's my tier list. If you disagree, that's okay. It's my tier list. But I'm going to go and wrap it up there. Hopefully you guys did go and enjoy today's video. If you did enjoy it, as always, make sure you're going to drop a like on today's video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. If you wanted to watch the entirety of today's video, like I said, if you agree or disagree with anything I said, do you think these teams are ranked in the right spots, wrong spots? If you're a fan of any of these teams and you want to let me know where you think your team should be ranked for the upcoming season, whatever your opinion may be whenever it comes to the entire tier list, go ahead and leave a complete opinion down in the comment section down below. Be more welcome to talk about with you guys. If you're a fan of the content that I do post here and you want to go and hit that big red subscribe button, feel free to do so. And do not forget to hit that little notification bell to be notified second to post. But without further ado, this has been Dental Tech Sports. Have a great day. Peace.